go.
Get that hat, George. Make sure everybody sees your hat. They can see it, right? Can they see your Trump? So there's a coup in Turkey. It's terrible.
Oh, you keep your laptop right in front of you, don't you?
Pardon me?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Every once in a while, come right there.
Sound off. Seriously over-tighten this. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, that's not gonna work.
There, finish the Martin file.
Hmm?
Not bad. I said I just finished the Martin file.
The Martin file.
I don't know, it's been kind of fun being able to have just like a little minute to 30 seconds, talk about something interesting or something you noticed. Or
We should all do something more like that, like
Yeah.
my little songs and stuff.
Exactly.
You know? Those are
This is the things that makes us us, and why people would want to listen to us.
Mm-hmm.
Get to know Alice, get to know George, get to know me by
Getting to
the
know
things that we say, the way we say it. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. It is good. Enjoy. And invite callers. So my nephew, too, whose birthday is the 17th, shares it with my dad. They were born on the same day, the 17th.
Really? What's today, July 14th?
Today's the 15th.
Oh, today's 15th, July
My
15th.
Georgina passed away 6 months ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was a Friday also.
Leave your politics at the door. Headline news, commentary, and information from a decidedly conservative Latino perspective. Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Friday edition of the Chips and Salsa Show. Today is July 15th, 2016. 2016, and my name is Martin Gonzalez. In the studio, we lovingly refer to as El Molcajete, is the only woman
What's the
who
password?
makes the only woman.
Remember the password?
I'm sorry?
Remember the password?
Oh, it's 015 times.
The only woman who makes
Now that I've
sense.
announced it to the world on YouTube.
America's Oracle, Alice Lana.
Getting my guac on.
Guacamole.
Is that light too bright, guys? It's all right.
It's got
It's
some
all
music.
right. It's all right.
Yeah, I just didn't turn it down. Should I turn
Yeah,
it?
whatever you want.
If you turn it off, there's.
All right.
There we go. Perfect.
Even Jennifer Lopez breaks all the rules. Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Friday edition of the Chips and Salsa Show. Today is July 15th, 2016, and my name is Martin Gonzalez. And in the studio, we lovingly refer to as El Molcajete, who's the only woman who makes any sense in radio. America's Oracle, Alice Lara.
Good evening, Martin. How you doing? Getting my guac on tonight. Right on.
Right on. And Don Jorge Ortiz.
El Alacran, and I have brought a guest.
The Scorpion King.
You
I
fired.
brought Trump to the studio.
Trump is in the studio. Hey, we have a very special show for you, including Donald Trump, who's in the studio, and we invite you to be a part of the show. Call 602-277 KFMX. That's 602-277-5369. Plus, if you call in right now, you can get a chance to win a $50 gift certificate to Rosita's Fine Mexican Food Restaurants.
Hey, Martin, can I tell you who won last week?
Who won last week?
The two winners last week. We had two winners, Carl from Chandler and Adam from Glendale. Great guys. I got to talk to both of them. I hope they're listening again this evening. And congratulations. They're going to have a good time there.
Thank you, Alice. We have a very good show for you tonight. As promised, we are going to have by phone Cesar Cisneros and George and Cesar are going to talk about the upcoming Republican convention. And then later on in the show, we have Noah Rosen. And we are
Noel.
going to take it to the streets, aren't we?
Yeah.
We are going to get a live man-on-the-spot news update from the Black Lives Matter protest that's taking place tonight here in Phoenix. Alice, what is trending in the news?
Well, as always, there's plenty of news. Hard to keep up with everything, but what I would like to mention is, as you know, last week was terrible with the Dallas shootings that happened, going after the cops, and the whole news is they were after white cops, but as many of you know that follow the news, there was actually a Latino cop, Patricio Zamaripa, who was killed as well. So I just want to mention that. And also, what's going on is David Brown, the wonderful police chief, if anybody missed it, in case you missed it. And all this stuff that we talk about, too, if you ever go to you can go to our Facebook, Chips and Salsa Show Facebook, and we try to post relevant stuff, share it, tell everybody about us. It's great. David Brown, who is the police chief of Dallas, they were asking, he was in a press conference, and they were asking the protesters, what can we do? What can we do? You know what you can do, he said? We're hiring. Be a part of the solution instead of the problem. So he's great hero. He happens to be black, and just fantastic.
Happens to be.
He happens to be
happens
black,
to be.
and this is in his town, and I think isn't there a story too? I want to say that his son was a police officer too, or something. I mean, it's a wild time right now. And going on to that, in a related story, keeping it local here in Phoenix, what happened this week, Martin?
Yesterday, City of Phoenix announced that they hired a police chief, a brand new police chief. Her name is Jerry Williams, who happens to be
wait for it, wait for it, a black woman.
Oh.
Or African American.
African American. But, quote, the decision was coincidental, close quote, said city manager Ed Zurcher. Did I pronounce his last name correctly,
I
Alice?
think you did Zerker or Zurcher.
Zurcher or Zurcher. Anyway, he said that yesterday in a press conference. Quote, the decision was coincidental. And the only thing I have to say about that is the city of Phoenix has nearly 4,000 employees. The city of Phoenix Police Department specifically has nearly 4,000 people on their payroll. And do you really believe that there wasn't one Latino man or woman qualified for this position? Not one?
And they should have at least told us about the other applicants. They did say I think they had 75 applicants. And just full disclosure, the city of Phoenix, we did have a black police chief. Wasn't that Michael Johnson?
Yes.
Who also became a Phoenix city councilman.
Speaking of city council, the city council is made up of Mayor Greg Stanton and 8 city councilmen, 4 of which are Latinos. Now, in Phoenix...
We have 4 Latinos?
Yeah.
We have Nowakowski,
Noah Kowski,
Laura Pastor,
and Kate Gallego.
but she's not Latino. Her
maybe
husband is.
Okay.
Her
well,
husband is, yeah.
part
Don't trick
Latina.
me. Yeah.
And there's one more.
Oh, Valenzuela.
You're
right. You're right.
So there's
That's
4.
3.
And so, way to represent, guys. You know, Phoenix has over 600,000 Latinos. You know how many are black? Of all the population in Phoenix, how many people do you think are black? Just about.
10%.
It's 7%.
7%, less than 10.
There are only 100,000 black people in the city of Phoenix. There are over 600,000 Latinos in the city of Phoenix, but we can't hire one Latino for that top position in the police department. So you're saying nobody's qualified? No, my panties are not in the bunch.
Why? That doesn't seem fair.
It's not. And they talk about race relations. What about race relations with Latinos that make up 40% of the population of Phoenix and the entire valley?
Well, maybe our listeners have
just
something to
saying.
say about that, you know. If they want to
just
call in
saying.
and talk to us about that, maybe call us at 602-277-5369
What was
because
that
it is
number
very
again?
interesting. It's
What else?
602-277-5369. There's also, related to that kind of, we also have a gun show in town.
Ah!
There's a gun show. And it's, you know, this is a big gun show, and I like the gun shows.
The Crossroads of the West gun show is this weekend at the Arizona State Fairgrounds. Meanwhile, there's a manhunt underway in Phoenix for a serial shooter that kills 6 people in the community of Maryvale.
7 now.
Well, one of them was on the east, like 32nd Street and Indian School, but 6 of them were around Maryvale.
It's connected. You know, and we posted that
It's
on
terrible.
our Facebook site. And, you know, I hadn't heard about that serial shooter, had you? I mean, why do
No,
it's like,
they,
why
they,
do you
they
wait?
brought it up this week, and this has been going on, and it's the first time I'd heard about it was in the news this week, or maybe it just wasn't on my radar, I don't know, but
It is
now
tough.
I'm aware, we're all aware.
It is tough to keep up with everything in this
Yeah.
world of chaos, and not to mention our world news is horrible because there's a coup evidently in Turkey.
Yep, today.
It's chaos, and you know.
Going on as we speak.
But let's
A cuckoo.
go to a little lighter, happier note. I know
okay.
I caught
Josh in there is going to get ready with a song here soon. Go ahead, George.
I got 3 Pokemon when I entered the studio.
Ah!
On my phone.
Oh, did you guys see what I posted today too?
You got one?
There's a picture. No, but there's a picture of Lawrence Welk. Someone who posted, and it had Polka Man. So like Polka Man.
Oh,
I'll take that. And
like
it had a
polka,
picture of
yeah.
Lawrence Welk. Yeah. So Josh has a little song for us. It's a special tribute to. If you listen to any of our openers, my nephew Christopher Lara. This is for him.
I saw Tom Jones in concert here in Phoenix,
You did?
and he is a showman. It was a great show.
Oh, I totally. Used to watch him as a kid with my sister. Christopher Lara, he's so wonderful. He's born in 1965. He used to love this song when he was a kid, and I want to wish him a wonderful happy birthday. He's helped us out with some openers with a
Happy
strong voice.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Chris.
Happy birthday, Chris. We sure appreciate it.
See you cry, I wanna die.
Ooh.
So if you're like me, okay, you used to watch it. Did you watch Tom Jones?
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to go see him in concert, Celebrity Theater.
Yes, that's where I saw him.
And you know what I
perform.
wanted to do? I wanted to get a big giant pair of calzones and throw them at the stage.
It was a very interesting show. Like I said, he was an absolute showman. You got your money's worth. And it was just as fun to see the women of all ages, not just the women of his age and his generation, but even younger women that appreciated his show as well. And we hope that you appreciate our show and continue with us right here on 1100 KFNX.
I think that worked out great.
That was fast.
Master. That was a great show. Speaking of great show,
I thought that was fun.
That
You
was
did
fun.
all those heavy topics, and then when you put that in, I didn't want to, I wanted you to say what you wanted to say, but I was trying to get into that song.
sorry about going overboard on that one thing, but
No, that was good.
It did frost my Twinkies.
Well, as I said,
My Twinkie.
as I said, tell us about the other candidates. It looks so obvious the fact that she was black, and she's pretty qualified.
Well, I
She's
think
qualified, but-
they probably based it solely on her qualifications, and for that, congratulations. But
But
you
it's
really
not
are
right.
telling me there isn't one Latino out of 4,000 employees for the police department? Not one of them was
And has
qualified?
there ever been a Latino police chief?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That would be.
That's
I
a
wish
great
I'd
question.
asked that on the air.
I don't even know.
I bet that there hasn't, because if there would have, we'd probably know about
We
it.
should call our connection Joe Arpaio.
Let's see if there has been a Latino police chief. I will bet you dinner that we've never had one.
Being that you've been here pretty much most of your life, I would bet that you're right.
I would bet you dinner. And I hope I'm wrong, actually.
I hope you're wrong too, but I bet you're
Well,
right.
let me see if I can find something.
Past police chiefs of Phoenix.
Latino police chief Phoenix easy. The Arizona National Latino Peace Officers Association.
Remember, you're going to bring in Caesar, and you're going to say that he's running for president. Now, one of the things.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. He's on the phone. So,
Oh,
so don't say, "Are you on the phone?" Just start the conversation.
Huh?
Caesar is on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't say, "Hey, Caesar, are you on the phone?"
Right.
You know he's on the phone.
just welcome him.
You just start saying, "Hey, Caesar," just start the conversation.
I wanted to let you know, it's. Well, I said Noel because I heard you say Noah Rosen. It's Noel, Nohl.
Oh, did I say Noel?
I heard Noah.
No.
Noel.
No.
Noel.
Like
Oh,
Noel,
I'm sorry.
Noel, but it's spelled Nohl.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. I just wanted to let you know. I want to let you know.
Oh, good
Ah! Who's kiss? Kiss my grits.
Kiss my grip.
Kiss my grits.
It's a good book. I'm going to read it on the plane. I had to get something to read on the plane, so I got this book from the Secret Service about Hillary Clinton. So
one. Alice, there's nothing here.
welcome back to the Chips and Salsa show, and I like it like that. This is Jorge, your vato from the barrio, and
George from the
come on.
barrio.
Orale Ortiz.
And I'm here with my co-host, Alice Lara from the barrio.
Ta-da! I'm here with you too, Mr. Trump man. You guys, you have to go on the YouTube and see all the get-up that Mr. George has on.
He's ready. He's ready to go to the
I didn't bring the
convention, isn't he?
T-shirt. I'm gonna wear the T-shirt on the plane. And the other co-host, Martin Gonzalez.
Ta-da!
Go Gonzalez.
Go Gonzalez.
The voice that never stops.
And we're here. Our call-in number is 602-277-5369 or KFNX for the Rosita's gift certificate. Call in and be a winner of the $50 gift certificate. Also, Alice will mention our other sponsor in a little. In the
Yeah, I'll
next
do
segment.
that in the next segment.
Okay. we have an interesting guest today. Our interesting guest is a presidential candidate, a Latino that's running for president. I bet you guys didn't know. If you want to watch us on YouTube, it's Sonia Salsa S on YouTube, and we're live. Plus, we're live on KFNX. The camera's on, so you could tune in. We have a guest, and his name is Cesar Cisnero for president. Cesar, how you doing? This is Jorge. All right. How's your candidacy going? Yes. Tell us how your candidacy is going. Oh, yeah. Hey, Caesar, have you picked a vice presidential candidate? Because everybody's picking vice presidential candidate. So, have you announced your vice presidential candidate? Órale, Mitt Romney. He's got some Spanish roots.
Hey, Caesar, I know that, well, you should call up Romney and talk to him, but I want to let our audience know that Caesar is local. You're actually from Mesa. You're homegrown, right? Oh. Caesar, how many votes did you get in 2010? I mean 2012. You should have ran in 2012. If you ran in 2010, that would have been hard to get votes, yeah.
You got. How's your following? How's your following right now, Caesar?
So I have to ask you, Caesar, I think the last time that we spoke to you, you did not appear on our presidential preference primary ballot, because you are a Republican. You're running on the Republican ticket, right? Mm-hmm. Well, you mean they didn't tell you in time for you to start collecting those signatures? So see, we're talking for our audience who might have just tuned in. We're talking to Cesar Cisneros. He's actually a Latino candidate. He's running on the Republican ticket for President of the United States of America.
What great music.
Our,
There could be no better fanfare
yeah.
in the world.
Yes, sir. Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
You're an independent now. So,
So you're not a Republican no more. ¿Qué pasó?
so what made you go from Republican to independent? Why did you change?
Wow.
What's your biggest reason, though? You're talking about Trump. Was it just because Trump ended up being the presumptive nominee, or what's your biggest reason for leaving the Republican Party after 40 plus years?
So you're not going to build the wall. Holy moly. Oh, man. Okay, well, we have to sign off. We're going into a commercial, but thank you for calling in, and good luck on your independent run. You're a Latino. You're a proud Latino running for president on the independent ticket. That's Cesar Cisneros, and we hope that you call in again in the future. We'll be calling you and talking to you, and thank you very much, Cesar, for calling in. Okay. God bless you.
Thank you, Cesar. Good luck.
Okay. Okay, bye-bye. I wanted to mention that I'm going to the convention in Ohio, and I'll be leaving tomorrow, and I'll be posting articles on the Chips and Salsa website and our internet website from Cleveland, Ohio, and it'll be updates on Facebook, so you'll see it on our Facebook page. Ellis, do you want to say a few words about Cesar?
Well, I bet you're excited. You've got your Trump paraphernalia on. You're all ready to go. One thing I wanted to ask Cesar, if someone wanted to vote for him, I guess they have to write him in. I didn't know he'd become an independent. I thought he was still a Republican.
We'll give him a call next week or the week after and talk to him.
Well, yeah, now that he's an independent, we can talk to him after that. You're absolutely right. Cesar Cisneros, I will tell you, we have had him on before, and he did run before, and he's a very faith-based man.
Yeah, that's why I wish him a lot of luck, and he's very passionate in wanting to run for president, and
we wanted to give him some time. He is a Latino running. So don't go away, because we will be back with more of the Chips and Salsa show here on Independent Talk 1100 KFNX with Alice, George, and Martin. Stay with us.
Hi, Chihuahua. He's an independent now.
I'm sorry I took it out, but I saw
it.
it.
About the music is that it makes up for the fact that we don't really speak Spanish on the show that much.
Yeah.
It gives us, like what you said, the flavor of the show.
We need the flavor.
I like it.
That's a really good call. Yeah.
So what's the music that's going to play next? Is that the one you want?
No.
This is just, we're going to do No Rosa now.
Music from a 1940 newsreel, like that kind of music
Bulletin
Dateline, Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, okay, cool. We got the guy in the street. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So we got the eyewitness news.
We should have done. We should have promoted this.
Yeah, but you're gonna do your commercial,
Yeah, I'm gonna do the commercial first,
Right.
and then I'll bring him in.
and then this could be a regular thing. So we have our guy in San Francisco,
Oh, Preston,
Preston. We got Preston in San Francisco. We have,
and we have Francis in New Mexico.
in New
Francis
Mexico.
Gonzalez.
Yeah.
She follows us a lot. She likes just about all our stuff.
We should have called her about the fire. There's a fire over
Yeah, there's a fire in northern New Mexico. I thought about that.
Los
Just can't do
Cruces.
everything.
Las Cruces.
No, it's in northern New Mexico. I
No,
thought.
they
Is there?
said Las Cruces.
When did that happen?
Today, I heard in the news, Los Cruces.
Really?
There's some forest area over there. That's,
You mean Gila Forest? Did it say?
I don't know. It's a forest.
There isn't a
area.
forest.
It was Fox News.
There's a forest. It's a little bit farther away.
It said Las Cruces, New Mexico.
I saw a fire, but it was an oil field, oil thing.
This was in the forest.
A forest in New Mexico, and it said Las Cruces.
Oh. He's not answering the phone.
Chismes y Habladores es patrocinado por Telerradio.
I hadn't heard that.
Cole isn't answering the phone. He
Sobreviviendo.
said Cole's not answering the phone.
What?
Cole is not.
He's not answering. Noel is not answering.
No.
I mean, no. I'm sorry.
Wonder if he can't hear it.
He might not be able to.
He may
so
not
what
be
are we
able-
gonna do? What are we
I'll-
gonna do in the third here?
Well, we have a caller.
You want to take a caller?
We could
Take
take
the
the
caller.
caller.
Let's
Yeah,
take a caller.
I'll do
Yeah, We
this.
haven't talked about the French thing.
Maybe you can see if you can reach him on your phone.
I'm gonna text him right now.
Okay.
While we're doing that, we can take a caller and we can talk about the French.
Okay. I'll bring it in. And I'll do the commercial,
Okay, perfect.
and I'll ask for sponsors too.
Okay.
602-253-56. What do you say? 9617.
Could you repeat that number?
Alex,
Uh-huh.
if somebody wants to be a sponsor, how would they contact us? We should give them a call to action.
I would give him my Chips and Salsa address, email.
Okay.
That we don't have to give him a number.
Right.
He might be having chingasos with somebody. Well, that's okay. When I come back, I'll promote him and say we're scheduled to talk to Noel, but he may have had some complications. But hang with us because he still could call in, and then I'll go into the commercial. That'll give him time, and then we can go to the caller. Okay.
Or we can always keep talking about something.
And thank you so much, Josh, our technical director, the man behind the glass, for playing that particular sounder bumper, because that was my nephew. He says, what? He goes, and now it's time for the Chips and Salsa show. That's Christopher, whose birthday is the 17th, same as my dad's,
Órale,
July
Christopher.
17th. So, muchas
Happy
gracias,
birthday.
Cristobal.
Did you say your dad's birthday is on July 17th?
It would have been July 17th as
Aw.
well. They're born on the same day. Yeah, my dad, he's no longer with us, but if he were, he'd be 94, I think.
Wow.
Woo, wow. We were scheduled to have a really good guest, and he may still be able to call in, Noel Rosen. Noel Rosen is actually down there today, right now. What's happening is in Central Phoenix, there are some protests for Black Lives Matter. And Noel Rosen, our good buddy, we've had him on the Saturday edition, he is always there to represent police lives. He's a very big defender and promoter of police. And he was going to be on our program this segment. I don't know, maybe he can't hear the call. I just texted him, so hang with us. We're hoping that he will give us a report. If not this segment, maybe next segment. And we do have a caller in line. Hang with us, Gilbert, your caller, and we'll get to you in just a moment. But I want to first tell you about a really neat sponsor we have had for this month, a brand new one. If you are tired of looking for a landscaper that you can trust, you need to know about Theos Landscapes. That's Tello. And, you know, Mark and I, we finally got the backyard that we always wanted. We added some beautiful pavers. I think you've seen them, George, to widen our driveway. They look great. You can trust Theos because you deal personally with the owner, Jose Theo. Theos Landscapes can take care of your regular yard maintenance as well as professional hardscape design. Call Jose today for a free estimate, and you can call him at 480-309-5182. That's Theos, Tello Landscapes, 480-309-5182. And we hope that you will call him. He does a fabulous job. And by the way, if you would like to sponsor our show, we're always looking for new sponsors, aren't we, Martin, George?
We are. And let's see, can they send you an email if they would like some more information?
Yeah, let's make my email the best one. And actually, it's Alice, A-L-I-C-E, at chips, letter N, salsashow.com. You can mail Martin if you want to. It's the same, basically. It's Martin. Is it Martin, not Marty, right? It's Martin. Martin at chipsandsalsashow.com. And let us know. It's very affordable here. We have a great spread. We reach a lot of people, and we would love to have you as a sponsor.
Like Rosita's, you know, Teo Landscaping. Can I just say something about landscaping?
Yes.
First of all, you can't trust an amateur to run a weed whacker. It's kind of fun to use a weed whacker. It's kind of fun to use a leaf blower. But to do it right, that takes skill and it takes talent, and you got to trust those tasks to professionals. I'm telling you, the Teo Landscaping Company, that's the way to go if you need your yard work done.
They are fantastic. And Josh, I just want to let you know, I got a text back from Noel, and he said, could you please try him again? So I want to let you know, please try that number again.
We're going to try again?
We're going to try again. I'll double check the number in case I gave you a wrong one. But Martin, why don't you go ahead and take that call, whoever's on the line, and I'm going to check that number.
Hello, caller. Gilbert, how are you? Okay. Okay.
Wait, say that again. Say that again, Gilbert.
Slower, slower. Oh, okay. Right, and well, I think that's a great point, and I appreciate your call, Gilbert. You know, the truth is, I can't imagine that the Mexican government would ever step up and somehow admit any kind of responsibility for their part in the illegal immigration that takes place into the United States between the border that we share with Mexico. Do you, George?
Nope. Because a lot of it's their fault. I mean, if they worked with us and they worked as a good neighbor, like you said, things would be a little bit different. And I agree with you. Okay.
Our listeners are holding you to task,
Okay.
George.
Hey, and
you
I'll
be a
take
good
it.
representative, George.
That's right, because I know I'll run into Gingrich. That's right.
Well,
Thank
thank you
you.
so
Thanks,
much.
Gilbert.
Thank you, Gilbert. Call again in the future.
Yeah.
We'll give you an update.
You know, I like Gilbert. Can I just tell you, he's very well spoken.
Yes.
He really knows how to communicate an idea succinctly, clearly. He gave some good analogies.
Exactly.
And I appreciate his call. Thank you so
And
much.
I will take his homework assignment with me.
Please, yes.
And that's because we have like some of the best listeners, you know, throughout. George and I go out through political land. We run across these guys and they like our show and they have very good ideas. I want to give you an update. I talked to Noel real quick behind the scenes. He said it's getting pretty busy out there.
It's mayhem.
It's
He used the word mayhem.
Have they shut down the street yet?
No, but we've been trying to connect, and you know he's having trouble getting the line out. And Josh, bless his heart, is trying to get to him. We may still be able to hear from him. We're trying, and if anything, we'll give you the report on our Facebook page, Chips and Salsa Show, and then maybe we can have him on tomorrow's show, our Saturday edition on CentralCityRadio.com.
Since we don't have to him, can we just make up stuff like it's
Yeah.
a Donnybrook? It's incredible.
It's a
There's
Donnybrook.
carnage everywhere. Don't even go down there.
Probably not good to do that since there really is so much of that out there.
Yeah, really.
already. It's
We're
dangerous.
joking. We're joking. It's just we're trying to be clever here.
I will say though, my big question for that is, my big question for that is, all the money. Oh, he's on the line now. Oh, okay, we just got him. Great. No, you're there with us, sir. All right. Can you stay with us if we have to go to commercial? Oh, okay. He's gonna let us go through. Go ahead. Give us an update. What's going on the ground out there?
Nope.
And Noel, for the benefit of our viewers, are you right there at 24th Street in Camelback? And Maupin, for those of you who may not know, he is kind of the coordinator of this protest, right?
And what's the mood like, Noel? How should they handle it?
Exactly. I agree with you. No, see, that's wrong. Exactly. Amen. You know, I agree with you 100%. As soon as they touched their foot on that street, they should have been arrested. That's wrong.
Now we're talking to Noel Rosen, and his name is spelled Nohl Rosen, and he's been very good. He's a good promoter of our Men in Blue, Women and Men in Blue. Give us the name of your organization, sir. Rally for Law Enforcement. Thank you very much for reminding us.
How many people are out there right now? No.
No, I want to ask you. You were out at the protest last week as well. What difference out there? Are there different people, a different mood?
Are the police out there with shields and firing pepper?
But they're letting them. That's ridiculous.
How long do you think people will be out there? Is this a planned demonstration? Are they interrupting the flow of traffic?
So they accomplished what they wanted to.
Are they chanting? Are they screaming? Are they... How do you feel for your security? God bless the Second Amendment.
Good for you.
Well, we hope. I mean, we don't want anybody to get hurt. We don't want you to get hurt, and we appreciate you calling in and sharing with us the mood of the occasion.
Thank you, Noel. You be safe
Thank
now,
you,
okay?
Noel.
Alrighty. Good deal. We finally got through. That was good.
Wow.
That's good that he
That's
got
quite
through.
a story.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear everything
to me,
tomorrow.
I agree with him. As soon as they step 1 foot into the street to try to block the traffic, that's when the arrest should be made. They should be just given one warning. Don't step off. And
It's
if they
not
do,
a peaceful protest anymore. It's disturbance. It's you're.
And he said we're going to
bothering
be
everybody.
protesting. We're going to stop. We're going to shut down 24th
Yeah.
and Camelback.
We are. We're glad Noel called in. Please stay with us. We still have a little bit more of the Chips and Salsa show. Don't go away. We'll be back with Martin, George, and myself, Alice, here on Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
You know, because I believe in peaceful protest.
Oh, that's good. That's good. 1 minute. Okay.
Oh,
Good. Good. Good.
That was good.
We got our man on the street. And
I hope you didn't mind. I just started rapid fire because I wanted it to sound
no,
like...
you had the same questions that I did, so I
Oh,
just
good.
let you go with it.
Thank you.
that was good. That were good questions too.
I was
Yeah.
like thinking like if there's any adult moment, I'll just put one in too. So
Yeah, good. Good.
Because I wanted to ask him, somebody else different there than like last time before, because I knew it was the last before, and I knew where he was too, 24th Street in Camelback. Yeah, he said it was
Was
weird.
he calling the wrong number?
It was no, they had the right number, but every time he called, he'd go to voicemail, and Noel was saying that he was having trouble. So it makes me think there was something going on with the phone lines. It's weird.
I have a 9mm strapped to my hip.
That was a
No
good line.
problems.
That was a good line. You know what? That's something that we could use, and you could have that as our little promo.
We should have counter protest.
Yes.
Last week, the Chips and Salsa show was talking to Noel Rosen, who was in the heat of the Phoenix Black Lives Matter protest. He wasn't worried because
And see, they should have counter protesters with carry. We have a right to carry. They're going to do that in Ohio, they feel. The police chief says it's a right to carry state. And
are you going to take your gun? Oh, you can't. You're going to be flying. You can't have your gun.
Fancy hats, baby. Fancy hats. Hello and welcome back. You're listening to the Friday edition of the Chips and Salsa Show. Tonight is July 15th, 2016. My name is Martin Gonzalez. In the studio, we lovingly refer to as El Molcajete, is America's Oracle, Alice Lara, and
Hola.
Don Jorge Ortiz el Alacran.
And the politician.
Well, we have had quite a show so far, and we have come to one of my favorite segments. in Chismes y Habladores, Hillary is still Satan.
Say that one more time. I love how you say that.
Hillary is still Satan. Beyond that, did you hear that Dr. Phil is suing the National Enquirer
No.
for $250 million, charging
No me digas.
that they falsely, si te digo, that they falsely are accusing him of being an abusive husband and a hypocrite who doesn't practice what he preaches.
Dr. Phil?
Dr. Phil!
What a scandal. Is that the Bill Cosby now? The talk?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
And here's another Chisme y Habladores for you. 72-year-old Mick Jagger
Oh.
of the Rolling Stones, right, is making plans to marry
Ah.
his 28-year-old girlfriend
Hold on there.
who is pregnant.
Ah.
And he's already a great-grandfather, by the
He's
way.
a great-grandpa?
He's a great-grandfather, and now he's going to be a new dad.
So he can get satisfaction.
Hey now.
Get no
Satisfaction.
satisfaction. Wow.
You know, speaking of satisfaction, I don't know if the French are ever going to get satisfaction for the terrorist attack that took place in the French Riviera. During the holiday fireworks, a terrorist took a truck and plowed it into a crowd of people, killing over 80 in Nice, France.
It was 84.
Bastille
That
Day?
was
It
the
during
holiday.
Spell, yeah, which is like their
Independence kind of
Independence
day.
Day. So here's the thing. What's happening there, those are just simply dry runs for what the terrorists are trying to do or will be doing here, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
Those are
It's
just
a
dry
look
runs.
into the future.
That's exactly right. So, of course, my solution to that, or maybe I should say Barack Obama's solution could be stricter truck control.
Truck control.
Truck control. Because it was the truck that plowed into and killed
Yeah,
people.
We do semis all
If
the
We
time.
eliminated all the trucks? Is that what you're calling
That's
for?
what I'm saying. If we had, no, not eliminated, if we just had stricter controls on trucks, then maybe fewer people would die.
That's what we do at the University of Phoenix. When the trucks come in, we have a SWAT
But
team
he's
guy.
talking about,
He's got a loaded.
and would you extend that also to pickup trucks for Latinos?
Pickup trucks. Yes, I would. And we're not trying to make light of this tragedy, but we're just trying to kind of point out the absurdity of the policies of our president. Obviously, what happened in France is a terrible thing.
It's a horrible thing.
I want you to imagine something, Alice and George. You have a leaky faucet in your kitchen.
Annoying.
And yes, it is annoying, isn't it? Drip, drip, drip. And you call a plumber to fix it, okay? Now, to fix the leak, the plumber must turn off the water to the faucet. Does that make sense, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, because the plumber shuts off the water, would you say that the plumber is anti-water? No, right?
No.
No one could make that conclusion. No one could draw the conclusion that the plumber is anti-water because of the leak in the faucet in the kitchen,
He's
correct?
trying to solve that problem.
Exactly. And I submit to you that by the same logic, Donald Trump is not anti-Muslim. He is simply trying to fix our nation's leaky immigration policy. Does that work for you as an analogy?
Yep.
Does that make sense?
it
Does that
totally-
drive the message home?
It totally works for me because I keep getting tired every day. Oh, Trump hates Muslims. He wants all Muslims. No, he never ever said that.
Never said it.
Nope.
Now, should we have a more conscious way of vetting people
Yeah.
and eliminating people who might want to harm the United States, who are coming from third world countries or Middle Eastern
Anywhere.
countries?
From
Absolutely.
anywhere.
Absolutely. So, but that just because Donald Trump wants to do that doesn't mean that he's anti anybody. And so I'm weary of these people that say he's anti-Muslim or anti-Mexican. Anyway, I'd like to thank my lovely and charming wife, Relaine, who you know,
We love
for
her.
that brilliant analogy. That's actually hers. We were watching the news, and she thought of that all on her own.
Very good.
Thank you,
So,
Elaine.
Thank you, Relaine. Love you.
As a plumber, you got to fix the leak first.
That's all we're saying.
That's it. If it means building a wall to stop the flow, then that's what they do.
Yeah.
that fixes the problem first.
Shut off the water at the
Exactly.
source.
And as
Exactly.
you know, especially because we're all Latinos here, and that's the big thing now. Oh, he hates Mexicans. He thinks all Mexicans are rapists and criminals.
not true.
Again, he never said that.
He
No.
never
He
said
didn't
that.
say that.
He thought it, but he never said it. No, I don't know if he thought it. Who knows?
George, you're getting ready to go to the convention.
Yes.
So you're going to go and ask Trump these questions as the Latino from Chips and Salsa Show?
Yep, I represent the Chips and Salsa show, and I like his answers on what his views are on, especially his new Vice President Mike Pence.
Do you think he's going to go with Mike?
Yep,
Yeah,
and
that's
Mike,
pretty much.
I have
Is
a-
Mike pretty much
I
it?
think that's
I
pretty
have a
much
bio
it.
here for Mike. He's an American politician and attorney who has been serving as the 50th governor of Indiana since 2013. He's a member of the Republican Party. He previously represented Indiana's 2nd Congressional District and Indiana's 6th Congressional District in the United States House of Representatives from 2001 to 2013, and served as chairman of the House Republic Conference from 2009 to 2011. Pence is a conservative and a longtime supporter of the Tea Party movement. I like Pence.
So you would go for that ticket?
Yes, sir. I like Newt Gingrich, but I like Pence now.
I like Newt too, and
I
I
like
think he's extremely capable
Yeah.
and wonderful, but I think he's got the baggage, and not enough younger people know him either, too. And I want him in the cabinet somewhere.
No, he's going to be in
fantastic.
the cabinet. Newt Gingrich is going to be in the cabinet. That I can assure you.
And he will be, absolutely.
I've
You
heard.
see, Mike, as a governor, brings that to the table, doesn't he? He brings that to the ticket. He knows how to run the government. Trump knows how to run business.
Yeah, he's a governor, and
He's
I've been
a
trying to
governor.
think, and I think
He's an administrator.
Mark and I were talking about this today, and he's pretty solid. I don't think they can beat up on him about anything, too. So he's kind of a nice, safe bet, and he won't upstage Trump, because Trump is quite the personality. So maybe
I think
that's
he'll
one of the
balance
reasons
the ticket.
he
Well,
chose him.
And that's, it's interesting you should say that, because there were 5 things in USA Today about Mike Pence, things that you may or may not know. One, it says he's no firebrand,
Right?
so obviously he's not going to pull focus from Donald Trump. He's signed RFRA and gave a disastrous interview defending it. I don't know what that means. It's right here. You have to read it yourself. He was a 6-term congressman serving from 2001 to 2012. Some of this dovetails with what George was saying. He was raised Catholic and idealized JFK.
Wow.
Who was a
And-
Catholic also.
And the
He's
number one
pro-life.
thing that's interesting about him is that he says that he's a Christian and a conservative and a Republican in that order.
Wow.
That's his trifecta, I guess.
So
like
I think
that.
that's a good balance. I think
Yeah.
you're right, George. There's something there.
And he was a Cruz supporter, but then he actually talked good about Trump, too.
Like me. I was Cruz too.
That's right.
It's been great. Thank you out there in Radio Land. We appreciate everything that you do to support us.
And don't forget Rosita's.
Yum, yum. Right here on 1100 KFNX is where you will find us next Friday at 8
And
p.m.
I'll give you updates all week.
And you can listen to us Saturday, Central City Radio, King FM. George isn't going to be there, but I'm going to be there, maybe with Augie. Maybe Martin will drop in.
One never knows, does one?
I'll start my updates as soon as I get to Cleveland.
Thank you so much. Have a terrific night, Phoenix. 1100 KFNX.
Thank
It's a
you for
minute.
watching Chips and Salsa Show.